राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय गोपी जनवल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदनंदना जय व्रज जनरंजना जय व्रज जनरंजना जय जय व्रज जनरंजना जय व्रज जनरंजना जय यमुनतीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय 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 जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय गोपी जनवल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय जय यशोदनंदना जय व्रज जनरंजना जय व्रज जनरंजना जय जय यमुनतीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, श्री श्री गौरनिताय की जय, अंतरा श्री श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, तय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hare Krishna, it's our great fortune to have amongst us His Grace Kalachakra Krishna Prabhu. Prabhuji's brief introduction is, he is a disciple of His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami. He is an IT professional and has been practicing Krishna consciousness for the past 25 years. He was initiated by Maharaj in the year 2001 in Minneapolis and was personally trained by Maharaj to scrutinizingly study Srila Prabhupada's books, especially Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In the past 25 years, he is striving to follow the instructions of his spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, traveling around the world and inspiring everyone in seriously studying Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. He has been conducting several online and in-person study groups over the years with the aim of inspiring devotees to scrutinizingly study Srila Prabhupada's books and relish them. He is running an online forum called Grantharaj for the last 19 years, inspired and guided by his spiritual master. There are several thousand members subscribed to this forum where the devotees share their personal realizations and practical application of Srila Prabhupada's Vani. These articles are utilized as an effective preaching tool by hundreds of devotees around the world. He has also printed 4 books titled Grantharaj, The King of Scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam in Practice, Volume 1 and 2, and Pearls of Wisdom based on the teachings of Srila Mahavishnu Goswami. So let us welcome Prabhu by loudly chanting once, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
We repeat this verse or 43? This is 30, purport 43. 43. So this we will just recite. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji. So nice to see you all. Beautiful morning day. So the verse is 38 there, but we will have to read up to 43. So I will recite from because the purport is in 43. I will recite from 38 to 42, and then 43 we can all repeat together. Verse 38. Ashapam kupita evam yuvam vasam nacharhatah rajastamobhyam rahite padamule madudvishah papishtam asurim yonim balishav yatamashvatah. Thus checked by the doorkeepers, Jaya and Vijaya, Sanandana and the other great sages very angrily cursed them. You two foolish doorkeepers, they said, being agitated by the material qualities of passion and ignorance, you are unfit to live at the shelter of Madhudvisha's lotus feet, which are free from such modes. It would be better for you to go immediately to the material world and take your birth in a family of most sinful asuras. Evam shaptau sabhavanat patantau tau kripalubhi proktau punar janma bhirvam tribir lokaya kalpatam While Jaya and Vijaya, thus cursed by the sages, were falling to the material world, they were addressed as follows by the same sages who were very kind to them. O doorkeepers, after 3 births you will be able to return to your positions in Vaikuntha, for then the duration of the curse will have ended. Jajñātetau diteh putrau daityadānavavanditau hiranyakashipurjeshto hiranyaksho nujastatah. These 2 associates of the Lord, Jaya and Vijaya, later descended to the material world, taking birth as the 2 sons of Diti, Hiranyakashipu being the elder and Hiranyaksha the younger. They were very much respected by the Daityas and Danavas, demoniac species. Hato Hiranyakashipur Harina Simharupina Hiranyaksho Dharodhare Bibhrata Shaukaram Vapuhu. Appearing as Nrsimhadeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Hari, killed Hiranyakashipu. When the Lord delivered the planet Earth, which had fallen in the Garbhodaka ocean, Hiranyaksha tried to hinder him, and then the Lord as Vara Nana Yatanam Mrityu Hetave. Desiring to kill his son Prahlada, who was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, Hiranyakashipu tortured Prashantam Samadarshanam Bhagavat Tejasa Sprishtam Na Shaknodhantum Udyamaihi Tam Sarvabhutatma Bhutam Prashantam Samadarshanam Bhagavat Tejasa Sprishtam Na Shaknodhantum Udyamaihi. Prabhu. Tam sarvabhutatma bhutam prashantam samadarshanam bhagavat tejasa sprishtam na shaknodhantum udyamaihi. Tam sarvabhutatma bhutam prashantam samadarshanam Bhagavat Tejasa Sprishtam Na Shaknodhantum Udyamaihi. Tam Sarvabhutatma Bhutam Prashantam Samadarshanam Bhagavat Tejasa Sprishtam Na Shaknodhantum Udyamaihi. Matajis. Tam sarvabhutatma bhutam prashantam samadarshanam bhagavat tejasa sprishtam na shaknodhantum udyamaihi. Tam sarvabhutatma bhutam prashantam samadarshanam Bhagavat Tejasa Sprishtam Na Shaknodhantum Udyamaihi. Haribo. Tam Sarvabhutatma Bhutam Prashantam Samadarshanam Bhagavat Tejasa Sprishtam Na Shaknodhantum Udyamaihi. Haribo. This is the sign of our success. Huh? Such a nice thing to see such young children chanting with so much enthusiasm. If this is not done, Prabhupada always said, if we are not able to give the bhakti to the younger generation, then the flow will stop. Krishna consciousness flow, the movement should continue, right? The caravan should roll on. So we are all here to only be taken away from here. Right? We are just here for a brief period, and then we forcefully moved out. We cannot sit here forever. So we have to pass on the legacy to the next generation. And the best way to pass on is by inspiring them by our own example. Right? There's no way. Once when my spiritual master was there in this temple, Param Puja Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. So there's one big person, one elderly person, person came, one father came with a small young son. So when he brought him, Maharaj asked him, okay, so you are coming to the temple long time? He said, yes, Maharaj, I have been coming for a long time. So are you chanting? He said, yes, I am always chanting, 24 hours. 24 hours you are chanting. How are you able to take care of your duties? No, I am always chanting, so this is no problem. Where is your Japmala, Maharaj asked. I don't follow Japmala, I just chant. So Maharaj then said, why are you coming to the temple? No, I am trying to make my son a devotee. I am trying to make him a devotee. But where is your Japmala? He said, I don't have Japmala. Maharaj said, do one thing. Go to the shop there will be a Japmala and bead bag. Take that, go home, chant your 16 mala, and then come to the temple. Until then, I don't want to see you in the temple. So, if you want to make your son a devotee, you should be a devotee. No? So, that is how we are all. If not for their parents being devotees, how the children will pick it up, right? So, this is the best example to show. Thank you so much for this inspiration. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So, this is such a beautiful section of the 7th canto, 1st chapter. So we will say our Mangalacharya prayers and see what Prabhupada inspires us to discuss now. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yutapadakamalaṁ Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkrupa Tamaham Mante Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyamishwaram Namo Vishnu Pada Vishnu Pushta Bhutali Jyoti Mahavishnu Swami Namani Namo Vishnu Pada Vishnu Pushta Bhutali Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Picharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarani. So I'll read the translation again. We have verse number 43. The Lord, the super soul of all living entities, is sober, peaceful, and equal to everyone. Since the great devotee Prahlada was protected by the Lord's potency, Hiranyakashipu was unable to kill him in spite of endeavoring to do so in various ways. We have to do the word for word. Tam, him, Sarva Bhuta Atma Bhutam, the soul in all entities. Prashantam, peaceful and without hatred, etc. Samadarshanam, equal to everyone. Bhagavat Tejasa, with the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sprishtam, protected. Na, not. Ashaknot, was able. Hantum, to kill. Udyamaihi, by great attempts and various weapons. Translation, please repeat. The Lord the super soul of all living entities, is sober, peaceful, and equal to everyone. Since the great devotee Prahlada was protected by the Lord's potency, Hiranyakashipu was unable to kill him in spite of endeavoring to do so in various ways. Purport, please hear. In this verse, the word Sarva Bhuta Atma Bhutam is very significant. Ishwara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Jai Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Shri Shri Gaurnita ji ki jai. The Lord is equally situated in the core of everyone's heart. Thus, He cannot be envious of anyone or friendly to anyone. For Him, everyone is the same. Although He is sometimes seen to punish someone, this is exactly like a father's punishing his child for the child's welfare. The Supreme Lord's punishment is also a manifestation of the Lord's equality. Therefore, the Lord is described as Prashantam Samadarshanam. Although the Lord has to execute His will properly, He is equipoised in all circumstances. He is equally disposed toward everyone. Jai Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Purports Ki Jai. So, this particular section, especially this is the beginning of the 7th canto, isn't it? You might have heard the previous slokas, how this canto itself begins with a question by Parikshit Maharaj. Just like 6th canto is also begins with a question from Parikshit Maharaj, where he asks, about the process of atonement. If people keep on committing sins and they keep getting atoned for that sin, then what is the point? Everybody will just keep committing sins. Like that, he asked a question, and that led to a beautiful description of the Ajamila pastime, right? And like that, whenever there is a question that is asked, the resultant of that is a beautiful description of the Leela of the Lord. So this is why the question answer is a very, very important aspect of or a limb, anga of our devotional sadhana, the practice. When we are questioning, it actually implies that we are listening attentively. And we are not accepting anything by blind faith. So the same way, towards the end of the 6th canto, you know that 2 pastimes were there where Indra was saved. In both the cases, Indra was saved. What was the first pastime? Vritrasura. Right? There was a fight between the demons and the Devatas, and Indra was fighting, and Vritrasura was there. Vritrasura was the devotee, pure devotee, because in his previous life he was Chitraketu. And Indra was trying to protect his power, position, designation, post, place, everything. So he was given all opportunities. Narayana Kavacha shield, then the Lord himself was assuring him when they came in front of him, and he answered their prayers when Brahma led them to the Kshirosagar and all that. But in the end, Indra got his Swargaloka back. Correct? Vritrasura did not, he died in the battlefield. It looked like he was defeated in the battle, but actually he was the real winner. Right? He was the real winner. Why? Because Indra had to continue his life filled with competition and envy and pride, greed and everything in the Swargaloka, constant anxiety. Whereas Vritrasura, he achieved his destination, back to Golokam Vrindavan, right? So that is a beautiful pastime, it's a beautiful, very elaborate it is described. Now, again, one other pastime that happens, what is that? Diti, who was, Diti was actually, her children were killed to protect Indra. Who were there? Her children, Daityas, were killed. Now she has this revenge attitude. So she wants to somehow or other kill Indra. So there was a interesting thing that went on. It represents how in the material world also different living entities deals with each other. Lip service. Externally they will have nice smiling with all the honey coated thing they will speak. But in the heart of hearts there is full of envy and hatred and all that. or even if it is not there, there is no love at all there. So Diti wants to somehow or other get a child to kill Indra, and Indra also knew that this is going to happen, but both of them don't tell that they know each other, what is there in the heart. So Indra says that, okay, I will go and serve. In the name of serving, I will find out some mistake in her and ensure that her vow is broken and she will not get the son who will kill me. So he was afraid of this thing. So somehow or other he found the whole thing, and he found the mistake, and he tried to kill the sons, but they became the 49 Maruts. So when Diti woke up and she sees this 49 Maruts, then she is surprised. I wanted only one son, but there are 49 children. And moreover, because of the vow being broken, instead of being Indra's enemy, they became friends. So now, here, and when they go away, you see the beauty here, the end result of that whole pastime. Because of devotional service, Diti was purified. Diti's heart was purified. And because of serving Diti, Indra's heart was also purified. So Krishna doesn't have any problem with people whose heart is pure. He has a problem only when we are contaminated and we start creating troubles in other living entities. So here also Indra is protected. The Maruts go with him like friends. He gets 49 friends. Instead of getting one enemy, he gets 49 friends. And Diti also feels very happy because of practicing devotional service. Now, Parikshit Maharaj is asking another question here, right? In the beginning of 7th canto, we know how he asked this question. He says, every time God is partial, it looks like he is partial. Every time he is protecting the Devatas. He is always having problem with the demons, Daityas. How can Lord, who is so powerful, so supreme and everything, if he is, how can he be impartial? It's a beautiful question, because the moment you see that the superior or the boss is having partiality, you will lose the faith in that whole system. Yes or no? Suppose the reader who is supposed to be taking care of you or everyone else, if they are giving some special consideration to somebody and less consideration to someone else, based on their say bodily designations or their material capability, skills, whatever it may be, then the person who is being neglected will lose faith. Will lose faith in the process, will lose faith in the leader, will lose faith in the whole, even in themselves. They will, there are so many times why we are getting all these cases these days in very prevalent in this world now, that, people are depressed, they are, mental depression, mental health issues, all these things. Why? Because being neglected. When living entities are neglected, it is worse than killing. Prabhupada says that. You can kill them also. But that is why that there are 5 different relationships we have with all living entities in this world, material relationships. This is a beautiful shloka by Shamik Rishi, when he glorifies Parikshit Maharaj, He says, Tiraskrita vipralabdha shapta kshipta hata api na tasya pratikurvanti tad bhakta prabhahopihi. Even though the Lord's devotees are very powerful to do any kind of, to counteract any kind of attacks, they will not counteract these 5 things which people do. These are the 5 relationships we have with all the living entities in material dealings. First is Tiraskrita. Tiraskrita means they blaspheme us. Vipralabdha, they cheat us. Kshapta, they will curse us. Kshipta, neglected. And Hata. Hata means killed. These are the 5 living and the 5 relationships we have with. Don't expect all these loving dealings with people. Anybody who is outside, they may have some little thing or whatever loving dealing they may be, it will only temporary only. It will not be forever. When we are devotees, that is a different case, because we rise above the modes. Now in these 5 qualities, if you see this, it's 1848, the shloka, please remember to refer it after the class is over. It's a very beautiful thing, because in the word for word meaning, Prabhupada says blaspheme, curse and everything. But for neglect alone, he says disturbed by being neglected. For all other things, he doesn't use the word disturbed. Only for neglect, he says disturbed. Because when you are cursed, we will not keep remembering, just go on with it. You are criticized also, for some time it may be, but then you will carry on with yourself. But when you are neglected, that is worse than killing. You know, when you are neglected, that is worse than killing. That is why we are disturbed. Living entities are always disturbed when somebody neglects. So this is a very important thing to note. When we are walking now, we know suppose you know somebody very well. You are going and other side person coming and you don't even say Hare Krishna or hi, whatever it may be. They feel that, hey, he knows me, why he is neglecting? Something wrong. Then that whole day he will be thinking about that event, isn't it? Even so many things might be there, but so much glorification will be there, still that one neglect will keep on bothering us. So this neglect is a very, very powerful thing that happens, you know, among our dealings also. That's why Krishna never neglects anybody. Even if we neglect him, he doesn't neglect, isn't it? We go there and for everybody he smiles. And the best way of avoiding neglect is simply smiling. You don't have to talk to him and, oh my God, if I talk to him, he will catch me. I have to spend my half an hour with him. That's why sometimes people avoid. But then you just smile and you say that I will catch up with you. We are all good at that, you know. Many times we go, devotees, Hare Krishna, oh, so Prabhu, I am busy, catch up with you. So Yamraj is there to catch up with us. We cannot say no to him, you know. I will catch up with you, Yamraj. I have prasadam to take. Don't worry, I will give you that prasadam in my abode. Come with me. That prasadam will be a little different. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya upajayate. All dukkha will be destroyed by this prasadam. So he is talking about this. It feels like Krishna is partial. Why he is neglecting the demons? Always he is neglecting the demons, and he is always supporting this Indra. Anytime he does something wrong, still he is forgiven. It is one of the most puzzling thing in bewildering thing in Bhagavatam that Indra is kept on saved. Prithu Maharaj also, he goes and steals the horses, and Brahma and Vishnu is coming and scolding Prithu Maharaj only. Initially at least. So you see that very interesting thing how it happens. But the thing is, the Lord knows how to deal with different living entities, different entities according to their nature. They will deal with each one of them according to their nature, and so that they will continue in their service of pleasing Krishna through their prescribed duty. Just imagine what Indra would be doing if Prithu Maharaj was allowed to do the 100 sacrifice. His chair will be shaking. Always he will be wondering, oh, every time Krishna is glorifying Prithu Maharaj, he will be wondering, hey, next person is coming to take over from me. See, this power, position, this designation, this all this glorification and all these things, no, it's the most dangerous thing for our bhakti. It is better that devotees say, it's better for devotees to be neglected by everyone else. Don't bother me, I want to do my chanting. During chanting, if somebody keeps on coming and, bothers us, how much difficult it will be to focus on chanting. Every time you have to say, oh yes, Hare Krishna, how are you, where are you? The same thing you will have to ask to everybody. After the Bhagavatam chanting and all, into prasadam time, you sit and talk as much about, that's okay. Socialization, keep going on, whatever. But anywhere Krishna is absent, and it deteriorates into Gramya Katha, Bhagavatam is absent there, Bhakti is absent there. Then that will lead to unnecessary, what do you call that as, social, Kunti Maharani says that, no? It is just the social association, it is. Social intercourse. She uses the word social intercourse. So this is where we should be very careful. So this question is very, very practical for us. Whether Krishna is partial or impartial. If Krishna is impartial, then we can do something. If Krishna is partial, he is partial only to certain set of people and he will not do anything to us. Then we can just wash our hands and go back to material life. Isn't it? That's what we do normally. when Krishna, anyway I am doing all these things, Krishna will not do anything. This is Prakrita Bhakti. I am just coming to the pure Bhakti is beyond all this expectation of reciprocation and all that. Irrespective of whatever Krishna does, they will continue doing their seva. But normal Prakrita Bhaktas, when they come, you tell them that, Krishna, you just come, Krishna will not solve your problems. Then why are you standing here and telling everybody, take chadari, put the donation, put dakshina, all that? Why do you do that? They will ask that question, right? What Krishna will do is that he will give us so much strength that whatever problem comes, you will not be bothered. And that is why we have all these examples like Bhishmadev, Prithu Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. The kind of problems they faced, the kind of problem Pandavas faced, and Prahlad Maharaj and all faced, we will never face. Our fathers are not definitely Hiranyakashipus, right? So he gives an extreme example in every case to show us this thing. So this impartiality is something which will disturb. As we said, even normal leaders itself, if they are impartial, if they are partial, then what will we do? Why should I work? The same thing will come to bhakti also. Anyway, how much ever I work, how much ever I do the service, he will not reciprocate to me. What is the point? He will only, for his chosen few people only he will give. Right? That thought moment it comes, no, we will lose our faith. See, these are the things our when we are consumed by this thought that Krishna is partial, then we will lose our faith in him. But when we understand that Krishna is not partial, he is impartial, then these are the things that will happen. That is why Bhagavatam, this 7th canto, begins with this concept of Krishna's impartiality. What is the first thing that it will do? If we realize Krishna's impartial nature, the first thing it will do to us is it will improve our faith in Krishna, increase our faith in Krishna. Our biggest problem is that we are struggling to keep our faith intact, isn't it? We do everything just to keep our faith intact, but small things here and there happens. Then immediately we start questioning Krishna's supremacy. How is really Krishna in control? Is really Krishna going to save me? Is it worth it chanting his names? Is it worth talking about him all our life? This is the question that comes in the bottom of our mind, bottom of our heart. That, is he really impartial, and is he going to be really protecting us? So this, when you are convinced that Krishna is impartial, then your faith in Krishna, our faith in Krishna will increase. It will increase in leaps and bounds. And the next thing it will do is that faith will rejuvenate our eagerness for devotional service. So much so that whatever be the onslaughts in our lives, we will never slacken in our intensity of devotional service. The service may vary, but the intensity will not vary. On the contrary, it will only increase. This is the second thing. This is the first part is faith. The second thing is our eagerness for devotional service will keep increasing. The next thing it will do is, it will allow us to love everyone without any discrimination or expectations. Why? Because when we see Krishna is impartial, he is not partial to me, he is not partial to others also. You will be able to appreciate that, hey, Krishna is serving him also. This is what happened in Prithu and Indra's case. Initially, when Lord Vishnu came to the arena, he was actually asking Prithu Maharaj, challenging Prithu Maharaj, that you are a great personality, you are Narottama, why are you unnecessarily doing all these yajnas and all? You are doing this yajna and you are misleading all the other people also. So Indra is standing beside Lord Vishnu and he is smiling. See, I was thinking this guy is going to be fired by Vishnu, and he is going on. My point is correct. I should have put more fake sannyasi and take out the horse permanently, permanently forever for that 100th yajna. He is thinking like this. But after 2-3 slokas, Lord Vishnu says, I am very captivated by your devotional service to Prithu Maharaj. Our Indra is saying, hey, what's happening? Till now you are on my side, and now you are going to the other side.
Because Krishna Maharaj is standing there and silently he is accepting whatever the Lord is telling, yes, I have committed a mistake, so you please give me the mercy. So Indra is feeling that something is wrong with Vishnu. So far you are siding with me and now you are siding with me. But the thing is, because the heart of Krishna is so pure, so completely pure, that his glorification or chastisement will only improve the relationships between him and the devotees or between devotees also. So Indra, when he saw that the Lord is glorifying Prithu Maharaj, immediately he falls at Prithu Maharaj's feet. Because when the Lord is glorifying Prithu Maharaj, there must be some reason. I am wrong. I must be wrong. So this is how an impartial person, by his action, will inspire living entities to have nice amicable relationships. We have seen this many times with Prabhupada. Two devotees will come with so much anger and animosity. Both of them will be, I will go and complain to Prabhupada so much about you. Then the other person also coming, by the amount of complaint that I am going to Prabhupada, you are finished, you are gone from ISKCON, you never come back to the temple. So both of them will go. And when both of them goes, Prabhupada will deal with them in such a way that both of them will become such great friends after that. How is it possible? Because the personality who is dealing, the person who is dealing with the whole situation is above the three modes. He is impartial. So when we are connected with that supreme impartial, we will also become impartial. That is the whole idea. That is the whole thing that happens in our lives also. The moment we have any kind of discrimination, we can take it for granted that we are not yet connected fully with Krishna. That is very important to note. So this is where the purity of our the purity of our heart impacts the dealings that we have with the living entities, and it inspires the living entities with the mode of goodness. Mode of goodness means nice, loving relationships. Because our movement is growing, because the loving dealings are increasing. The number of people coming every day, how it keeps increasing? Because without any kalmasha in our heart, we offer our love to the other living entities. There is no partiality. See, when somebody is coming to the temple, do we ask them, where are you coming from, which country you belong to, which state you belong, which community you belong to? Do we ask? No. Everybody can come. There is no question of, and nobody is sending people out, come on, you have stayed in the temple all day, you go out. Only when the Lord temple is closed, they go from the temple, right? Otherwise, everybody is welcome. That is our impartiality. And when we are serving prasadam, we don't say, hey, so you are so-and-so person, you have a special thali. You have so-and-so person, you have less items. You have only donna. We don't do that. Because of this impartiality, people come. Wherever you see partiality, people will not go there. Nobody will go there. It will have its impact. And it will have a negative impact on the others also. Because what will happen is, you will form a group which is only yours. And then it becomes mine and others. That's what Dhritarashtra did. He asked, no, dharma kshetre kurukshetre, mama veta, samaveta yutsavaha, mamaka pandavaschaiva. Up to second line, Krishna was tolerating. Third line, when it came, mamaka pandavaschaiva, he said, that's all, you get lost, no more shlokas for you. That is why Dhritarashtra stopped speaking after the first shloka. Mamaka pandavaschaiva, kimma kurvata sanjaya, finished. After that, you see, he is not there. But in Bhagavatam, he speaks 3 shlokas. Why? Because that has a prayer. He prays to Krishna. Okay, little bit I can tolerate you. So for us also, when we come to Krishna, if we are equipoised, we stand in front of him, he will let us stand there for some time. If you start thinking about, hey, this devotee did this Krishna, that person did this Krishna, so and so, come on, don't get lost. You go on from here. I have many other people to take care of. So when we have to see, when we have to allow, we have to actually allow Krishna to see us. We are stopping him from seeing us. We are stopping him from flowing his mercy to us. Like a rain is flowing, is pouring everywhere. In a rock it doesn't stay, whereas in the nice land where it can absorb, the trees and plants, they grow nicely. Is the rain having any partiality, that only this place I will pour, that place I will not pour? That's how the mercy is. Impartially Krishna is giving the mercy. So this is the second thing that we said. And it allows us to love everyone without discrimination or expectation. The third thing is impartiality. It allows us to see Krishna's hand in everything and subsequently in everyone and everywhere. That is the ultimate goal of our bhakti, ultimate goal of Bhagavatam also. We have to appreciate that point very much, because without this, getting this to this point, we will not be able to enjoy our devotional service, appreciate our devotional service, relish it. Only when we relish what we are doing, Krishna will relish what we are doing. If we ourselves are doing with frustration or despondency, saying, no, I have no option but to do, what can I do? These devotees are never morose. They are never depressed. That is why when Brahma was a little bit in anxiety about creation, the Lord tells him beautifully this. Of course, he chants all the prayers in the 3rd canto, 9th chapter. He does all these prayers. And when he completes his prayers, then the Lord, the first verse, he says a beautiful verse. Please repeat this. Ma veda garbhagas tandrim. It's 3:9:29. You can remember this number, 3:9:29. But you should recite very loudly, because Krishna is giving a very beautiful instruction to Brahma, through Brahma to all of us. Ma veda garbhagas tandrim. Ma veda garbhagas tandrim. Sarga udyamam avaha. Sarga udyamam avaha. Tanmaya paditam hi agre. Yanmam prarthayate bhavan. Tanmaya paditam hi agre. Yanmam prarthayate bhavan. See, this verse is the most encouraging verse for all of us, because Krishna says to Brahma, and through Brahma to all of us, Ma Veda Garbha Gas Tandrim. This Ma Gasa Tandrim, this phrase we should remember very much. Anybody who comes to us, I am feeling sad, I am not happy and all that, immediately you tell them Ma Gasa Tandrim. This is how we should greet each other. Ma Gasa Tandrim means, Ma Gasa Tandrim means do not be depressed. This is how we should tell them, do not be depressed. What are you depressed? I don't know whether my what I am trying to achieve will be successful or not. But Krishna is telling that success and unsuccess is my thing, my area. Don't enter into that area. Ma Gasa Tandrim, do not be depressed whether your endeavor will be successful or not. Then what he is telling? What you have been asking for has already been bestowed up to you upon me. So, sir, by me upon you. That mercy that you are asking for, I have already taken care of it. So don't worry. Ma Gasa Tandrim. Devotees should follow this 100%. Because we are worried whether this will be successful or not, whether I will be taken care of or not. Do this, do that. No, nothing. Prabhupada was not worried when he was traveling to all the way to the west. We are coming from Chennai to Pune and we are worried whether my accommodation will be there or my prasadam will be there or all this. See, one sloka you read and there is so much prasadam and you are not able to tolerate. We were in the office and last 5 days and our devotees literally pounded me with prasadam. The devotees in the office, they told the Matajis that we are going to go to the office and prasadam. And the Matajis were so merciful that they didn't realize that the other Matajis were also cooking. So each one of them are cooking for 10 people. So all of us had to eat all the prasadams. And we are not doing anything. We are just coming, we are just doing some little reading or discussing. For that we are getting so much mercy. So we have to be very, very convinced that this sloka will work, if it works for Brahma, not only for Brahma, but for all of us. We see, for demons also he is helping. Why can't he help us? He will definitely protect us. There is no question of his protection. Now, the next thing is, because Krishna is sober, peaceful and equipoised, Prashantam Samadarshanam, by constantly in associating with Krishna, we will also become Prashanta and Samadarshana. This Prashanta and Samadarshana is a very interesting thing is there. Only when you are peaceful, you can be equipoised. You try that. That is why there is always a sequence in Bhagavatam. Whenever you see the qualities that is listed, there is always a sequence. Unless you are Prashanta, you cannot become Samadarshana. Why? Because see, if I am always hankering for something, peaceful means all hankerings stopped. I am completely satisfied with whatever I am given by Krishna. That's it. No more question of I want this Krishna. I have everything Krishna, but this is not there. I have so much Krishna, you have given thanks to all of it, but this is not there. But Krishna is saying whatever is given is what you need. That's all. And so if we are completely peaceful with whatever we have and whatever we don't have also. Our spiritual master used to say, you should not be simply satisfied with what you have. You should also be satisfied with what you don't have. That is more difficult. So we should be satisfied with what you don't have also. Why? Because that thing, if it is with me, I would have been in more trouble. Krishna ensures that that is not there with you for a specific reason. So when you are Prashanta, when you are completely peaceful, not hankering for anything, then you will be equipoised, Samadarshanam. You will not hanker for someone's bungalow. You will not hanker for someone's very luxurious car. You will not be hankering for someone's opulent life. Or you will not be worried about, he is a great powerful person, I am not powerful. No. That Samadarshanam leads us to Karunyata. If that Samadarshanam is not there, without Samadarshanam we cannot go to the Karunya platform. And unless we are in Karunya platform, we cannot stand in front of Krishna or engage in his seva. So how to cultivate this Karunyata? Begins with peace. Be satisfied. Your satisfaction will give you peace. Your peace will give you equipoise, Samadarshanam. And your Samadarshanam will lead you to Karunyata. Because in Samadarshanam we give up our envy. Normally when I see someone, many times Maharaj used to tell us, you are preaching out of envy. You are not preaching out of Karunya. He will tell us that, you are going to preach to somebody, he is a very wealthy person, well-known person, wealthy person. You are going telling, you are in Maya, you have to take to Krishna. And that person is telling, I know I am in Maya, I am happy. Then we come back very much frustrated. Man, I am trying to tell him that you are in Maya so that he can give up his... and he is enjoying, and Krishna is giving more and more and more. He is so impartial. To me, I am chanting his name all the time, he is not giving me anything. To that person who is enjoying his life, he is giving all the things. So this is how our contaminated thoughts affect our life. Now, the next, so we should not preach out of envy. When we become Samadarshanam, we leave our envy. Then only in a non-envious heart, the seed of Karuna will be sown. That will grow, and that Karunyata will be the investment or capital investment of our Bhakti Lata Bij. That is very important. That is why in the shloka where Suta Goswami is glorifying Sukadeva Goswami, he tells three things, important things. Yasvanubhavam akhila shrutisāramekam. Please repeat, very nice shloka. Yes, Svanubhavam akhila shrutisāramekam adhyatmadīpam atititir shatam tamondam samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam tam vyasasunum upayami gurum muninam. Very beautiful way to sing this, nice, you can enjoy this, and when you know the meaning you will enjoy even more. See, look at this. Yes, swa anubhavam. Whenever we are going for any preaching or any kind of helping others, first and foremost thing is swa anubhavam. If our swa anubhavam, our whole self-assimilated experience, Prabhupada writes beautifully, self-assimilated experience. If we don't assimilate the conclusions of the Shastras through our experience, it will not make any impact in our life or in others' life also. So what happens here? Say, Anubhavam, you have to take your Anubhav. You have our daily experience, whatever we have, worldly experience that we have, every day we have our experience. That is one thing, in one hand you take that. In another hand what happens is, Adhyatma Deepam, Shruti-saramekam Adhyatma Deepam. This, whatever is the essence of all the Shruti-saram is Srimad Bhagavatam, and that Srimad Bhagavatam will give us the Shastric conclusions which relate to our experience. Simply I just go and tell that, hey, I went here, I worked for 20 years in London, 30 years in US, like that, that doesn't make any sense to anybody. But you connect it with the conclusions of the Shastras for the betterment of our life, then it becomes a more powerful combination. And with this also, this is two steps. One is Swanubhavam, second is conclusions of the Shastra. For that we have to study scrutinizingly all our Shastras and then connect it with our thing again and again. Now, the third thing is the most important. Yaswanubhavam akila shruti-saramekam adhyatma deepam atiti shatam tamondam. What are you doing? You are doing this for atiti shatam tamondam. People are blind. So cross from, to help them cross from material world to the spiritual world, that ocean of material world, you give this combination of things, you preach. But what is that thing? Atiti shatam tamondam samsarinam karunayaha. These are all samsari, suffering people. Out of karuna, you please explain this Srimad Bhagavatam to everyone. That's what Sukadeva Goswami did. That's what Suta Goswami did. And that is exactly what Sukadeva Goswami is doing here, to explain the impartial nature of Krishna to Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj is so intelligent, he knows that people will ask this question in the future. And that is why, you see, we will have to stop here, it's time also. But you see how the whole thing pans out. The question was asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Sukadeva Goswami when he heard that Indra is always saved by Krishna and these demons are always, those who are hating Krishna, they are always killed. But Sukadeva Goswami refers to the similar question asked by his grandfather Yudhishthira Maharaj. See, you asked this question, your grandfather also asked the same question, but he asked to Narad Muni. I will refer to that same answer, what Narad Muni told to Yudhishthira Maharaj. But the beauty here is, there Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narad Muni in Ulta. What is that Ulta? Because in that Sabha, this Shishupala was killed by Krishna and he was directly delivered and he went back to Godhead. With all the criticism, blasphemy that he did, Krishna took him back to Goloka, he gave him liberation and finally to Goloka. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking this question, man, we are all, so many people are sitting and chanting your names, but this person blasphemed you and he went back directly to Goloka. I think it's better to blaspheme Krishna rather than chanting his names. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling that. So Narad Muni is actually explaining to him the whole of Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu's story, to explain how Krishna is not impartial. He is complete, Krishna is not partial, he is completely impartial. He is sarva samoham sarva bhuteshu. He says that, no. So what is that shloka in Bhagavad Gita? Always it goes like this. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, he shows in Bhagavatam. There will be one shloka that is like a formula thing in Bhagavad Gita. To explain that, an entire pastime will be explained to you in Bhagavatam. So that samoham sarva bhuteshu shloka is there, for that this whole pastime is revealed. Our Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu's pastime. And see, one final thing that I will tell you, Indra was saved and given everything when the thing happened, also fine. But you have to understand one beautiful thing, that when Hiranyakashipu was killed, Indra was not given Swargaloka. Krishna told, Narasimhadev told Prahlad, you continue, you be the king of Swargaloka. So Indra and all the Devatas had to work under Prahlad Maharaj for a long, long time. That's why Krishna forced him, Narasimhadev forced him. He says, please don't engage me in this, I want to go serve my spiritual master. He says, your spiritual master you can serve, don't worry, he's here only all the time. You go and do this seva, because you will set the standard of how a leader should be. Because you will be completely impartial. You will be completely prashantam. Because even before he was born, Kashyapa Muni already told that how Prashanta, how Samadarshana, how equipoised, how pure-hearted devotee he will be, how inspiring he will be, isn't it? In the third canto he says that, isn't it? So this whole pastime, so much to learn. Honestly speaking, this 4-5 shlokas we can sit for the whole day and decide, still we will feel incomplete and dissatisfied of not having enough of it. But unfortunately we have to stop here. We'll stop here with this understanding that Krishna is never partial. He is always impartial. He is always impartial. This point you should come to. First of all, we should accept this fact that Krishna is completely impartial. To that extent, our faith will increase. But our faith will increase in leaps and bounds when he actually realizes Krishna is actually partial. That is the success of our devotional service. How? He is so partial that I don't deserve devotional service at all, but still he has given me devotional service. This is the real, what you call that as the peak. The topmost point, what they call it as that, the zenith they call it, that peak, zenith. Zenith of our devotional service is how partial Krishna is. That I don't deserve anything at all. That's what Prahlad Maharaj says. He says, no, Brahma dayo suragana munayota siddhaha satvai katana gatayo vachasam pravahaihi naraditum purugunair adunapi pipruhu naradi. They cannot do aradhana to you, even though they are all filled with so much mode of goodness. Kim toshtum arhati. Where is the arhati? How much do I deserve? Hari Ugra Jati. I am born in Ugra Jati. Demoniac. My blood that is flowing is Hiranyakashipu's blood. My name is, first name is Prahlad, last name is Hiranyakashipu. Whenever you ask the first name, last name, I will say Prahlad Hiranyakashipu. As soon as they hear the last name, everybody will be terrified. Right? So he doesn't want people to be terrified of him. But see, he is telling that I am, Kunti Maharani also says the same thing, isn't it? What is that shloka that, Naveda Kaschit Bhagavam Shikirchitam Taveha Manasya Nranam Vidambanam Nayasya Kaschit Daitosti Karhichit Dveshyasya Yasmin Vishama Matir Nranam. Vishama Matir Nranam. People incorrectly think that you are partial, but you are not partial, you are impartial. Daitya or Danava or Devata, for everybody you are equally merciful. In fact, you are even more merciful to the Daityas. That is what Narada Muni is telling. He is so much merciful to Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa and all. He is so much merciful to those who are fighting with him, that Hiranyaksha. Varaha Bhagavan actually hugged him. We get a chance to do that. So this is the beauty. And Brahma is also telling to Putana and to Agasura and Bakasura, for all of them you are so merciful. Like that. So we have to appreciate this fact that Krishna is so partial that even though I don't deserve, still Krishna is giving me the opportunity to associate with devotees, to do seva, to do some little thing. That's when we actually perfect our devotional service. Right? This is the real thing. Like Narada Muni says in his previous life as a son of maidservant, no? He says one beautiful line you will see, that although those sages, those Bhakti Vedantas were impartial by nature, still they gave me. What does that mean? I don't deserve. But they are impartial, but they were partial to me. What they could not give it to, they did not give it to anyone else, they gave it to me. And that is why now I am Narad. We don't deserve to be initiated, we don't deserve to be coming and sitting here, but our spiritual masters have been so merciful to us. They come on, you take it. If possible, chant. We have to chant, but they are so much tolerating us. They've given the solution also. We have to just take it. So such a beautiful thing. We'll stop here. Any questions? Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande. First question there. Okay, we will have some time for question.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for your wonderful class. So many deep points you told. Too many to enumerate. Two questions. One is about Guru Maharaj. You said that you are preaching out of envy, and you told the whole thing. You are saying, "Hare, what is this? He is nicely flourishing, and I am." So, miss, where to begin now to get rid of our envy? Means to preach without envy. Did he give some tips?
The simplest thing is to see his suffering. Anybody who is having some opulence or whatever, if you go to them without any bias, if we sit with them and talk to them, you just need 1 hour to talk to people, they will pour all their problems through. We think that, such a great big bungalow, palace kind of a house he has, and he will not be sitting inside. A dog will be sitting in the sofa and he will be moving over without even having time to eat his lunch. And we have seen that, Prabhu, when I will tell you with one example. When we went on a tour, we went on a world tour with Maharaj to Param Puja Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. We went with him to the UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, that side. So one day Maharaj took us to Sharjah, one of the very wealthy person's home. He's a Sindhi, his name is Lakiani, and his house was so much of a palatial thing. There was not any other vessels, everything in silver only. And the floors were all like shining like anything. And his hall itself was as big as this. And then they have so much more rooms and all that. And Maharaj had a long relationship, for a long time. And so they were also very respectful to Maharaj. So they are a family. So we went, a few of us, Maharaj took us to there and they fed us prasadam. And then we started feeling a little bit dozy and we were singing. And then, but they took Maharaj to a room and they were talking for hours and hours and hours with Maharaj. Maharaj was to each one of the family members, he was giving guidance. You be like this. For the children, he said, you should respect the parents. For the parents, he said, you take, understand their desires also and act. Like that, he was telling all those things. And then Maharaj was like spending 5-6 hours talking to them. And we were wondering, this person has so much money and what problem he might have that he is holding Maharaj for so long. And when we came out, Maharaj was telling us, everybody is in so much suffering. You just have to understand that they are suffering. And then we said, and there is not much Lakshmi or anything that he gave. Then we asked Maharaj, with this Lakshmi he can build 10 temples. Why he is not coming to our temple? Then Maharaj told something beautiful. He said, see, when these people, then they come, we don't see them as suffering people. We see them as ATM machines. We see them as ATM machines. Anytime, put the card, take the money. Put the card, take the money. So they don't have any genuine friends. Not only us, any living entity. They go only for favors. So when they have problems, they don't have anybody to tell to. So Maharaj said, they cannot come to the temple and tell their problem to you. First thing is, your eyes should be trained to see everybody's sufferings. And that can be there only when you are trained to see that I am not suffering. You understand? When we think that I am suffering, always where is the time to look at others suffering? Right? And to see that I am not suffering, we should have complete faith that Krishna is our protector. Right? Bhojana achadame vritaha chinta na kurvanti vaishnavaha. Sadeva vishwambaraha bhaktanam kim upekshate. Bhojan, prasadam and a roof over the top, achadana means shelter. Some accommodation thing. Vaishnavas don't worry about this. Why? Sadeva Vishwambaraha. My Lord is Vishwambar. He is the one supplier for all the living entities in all the universe. To Bhaktas, how can he neglect? Bhaktanam kim upekshate. He will not neglect. He will give us whatever. Only thing is that you just have little faith that if I engage in doing this seva, Krishna will definitely protect us and protect others also. So that is the main thing, Prabhuji. We look at others, we just sit with them with a humble attitude that, just to make friends with them. We just make friends with them, then when they become friends, then naturally they will share their sufferings. And then we will feel their pain. My God, I thought he is having so much money, so much power, position and everything. But why he is? So the starting point, as you asked, is to full faith that Krishna is protecting me completely, and the other person, he is also protected by Krishna, but he doesn't realize it. So let me just reveal that fact that whatever Krishna is giving him. So even that, say, suppose he gives 100 rupees also, then we will not look at how much more he has in the account. Instead, we will see this 100 rupees, if I put in Krishna's seva, Krishna will bestow his mercy upon that person and open his eyes to see him come to the temple. And so we invite him to the temple. You come to the temple and take darshan of the Lord, be part of the kirtans, and then move on. That's pretty much it. That help, Prabhu?
Yes, thank you for that insight. Second question is, you said Swanubhavam. When we tell, we are able to see it in our own life, then it makes more impact. So when we quote like this in the lecture, let's say, to some degree, then there is objection that you are quoting from your own life. You should.
That's why you have to combine it with the Shastra. I can tell so many things, I was here, I was glorified here, I was glorified there. That will be my last Bhagavatam class. Right? Or you go to somebody's house and you just keep glorifying yourself. It's called Atma Shlaga. Technically, in our terms, it's called Atma Shlaga. You become ecstatic looking at your own achievements. So you want others to share the achievement. Right? I go and keep telling him, my achievements, my this. Then that person will say, you want to, so go ahead, I don't have time for you. Right? That is why when you are sitting in front of others, we should not call anybody, say, you are rascal, you are fool, you are this, you are that. You call yourself, I am rascal, I am fool, they will say, you are a humble person. Right? And when you glorify others or whatever achievement it is, but the only thing is we should connect them with the Krishna. Whatever achievements you have is also, remember that it is coming from Krishna. So from our side, we should ensure that we don't do this Atma Shlaga. So we, Anubhavam, in fact, to such an extent that it connects them more with Krishna. And so that is why our Anubhavam and Shastra should be combined to bring when you combine with Shastra, this Atma Shlaga parts will go away. It's like a purification will happen, you understand? Atma Shlaga things have no place in Bhagavatam references, like self-glorification. You can't do any self-glorification because Bhagavatam doesn't glorify you. Bhagavatam glorifies all other devotees. At the best, you can glorify Narad Muni, Prahlad Maharaj and all of them, right? What will you tell? See, Prahlad Maharaj, Narad Muni, they are all great devotees. I am also a devotee like that. Will you tell them? They will know what we are, right? So that's why they say, Maharaj used to say that you may not know how to cook, but you can tell whether that cooking is properly done or not. So the same way, the general mass may not know much about preaching, but they will tell you whether your preaching is with quality or not. Even the slightest tinge of that Atma Shlaga is there. Why they will be able to know? Because as Paramatma Krishna is living there. This is another important aspect we should understand about Samadarshana. At least these two forms of Krishna we can realize every moment. One is in the form of time, he is completely Samadarshana. Does he have any partiality? He is giving you 26 hours and giving me 20 hours. Everybody is given that same 24 hours. And everybody is going to die. You should be happy. And this is another way you can avoid this being envious, Prabhu. When this is a practical thing I thought, when you look at someone's big bungalow, immediately look, hey, it's all this bungalow, he's going to die. With all the power and position, he's going to die. When you think that he's going to die, your envy will get converted into Karunyata eventually. So, what was I telling? Time is the first thing in which you can understand Krishna's Samadarshana. Second thing is Paramatma. As Paramatma, without fail, he is present in every living entity's heart. Not only every living entity, even in every anu he is inside. So, that is why, even though they may not know much about Krishna consciousness, they will tell you whether your preaching is worthy or not. Nice question, Prabhu. Thank you. Anything else? Yes, Prabhu. Please pass on the mic, Prabhu. So much is there, That's why Bhagavatam is outright practical. You just go, there is so much to discuss in this. And Mataji is also having a question after we are done here. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, you spoke about Prabhupada dealing with devotees in such a way that their intimacy increases.
Yeah.
And you also gave the example of Indra and Prithu Maharaj, where because both are devotees, and also Diti and Indra. So I had other thoughts, like sometimes Prabhupada also saw that two devotees, they are good devotees, but they
cannot get along.
So he tells you go to that area, you go to this area. So he used to send like that. And even during Samundar Manthan also, Lord Vishnu sends back Garuda, because Garuda and Vasuki are, though
Yeah.
they both are pure devotees, but they don't.
One's presence will endanger the another's. This happens many times, even in devotional service. Yes, Prabhu.
So I was thinking that devotees love everyone, that when one does devotional service, everybody loves each other. There can be, but whether one becomes a friend or not, that depends on the receptacle of our love.
Correct,
That what kind of nature he has. So could you
And
throw
also our purity of love.
our purity of love,
The
which
receptacles-
is understood
The
by
recipient's understanding also, and our purity also.
purity of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, the example of somebody having corona, and we may love him, but we may not go and embrace him because, from distance similarly we can love everyone.
We
but
can
may not-
embrace him provided his corona can go away. The thing is, his corona will come to us and it will not go away for him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Prabhu, yes.
Yeah, so I wanted, you can throw some, if you could throw some light on this point that Pandita Samadarshina we say, we don't say Pandita Samakartaha. So we may be Samadarshina in giving love to everyone, but we may not act in the same way. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Samadarshina, but he only allowed very few people to have nocturnal pastimes where he danced with. So though he was Samadarshina. So in that way, could you throw some light on that part, that where we can love everyone, Samadarshina, but we can determine who can be our friends in that, say, in terms of devotional service I'm asking, not in worldly.
Yeah, either way. So the thing is, Prabhu, if you see, if you are giving what that person likes, then that is Samadarshina. Suppose a person is coming with 100 rupees to you and is asking for something, you give what that is worth 100 rupees. You have a shop, say, he is coming and showing 100 rupees to you. You give what is worth 100 rupees. Another person is coming with 1000 rupees, you will give what 1000 rupees. Will you give this person who is giving 100 rupees that I have to be equal to everybody? I gave 1000 rupee item for 1000 rupees for that person, I should give 1000 rupee item for this person also. Then you will go bankrupt. If you give everybody. The thing is, Krishna gives to the extent they can appreciate and advance in devotional service. What they want, Krishna gives, so that with that they will advance in devotional service. That will be your the mooladhan, what they will say, no? What is that? Capital. Right? So Hiranyakashipu wanted to hate Krishna. So he was fighting with him, Krishna. So Krishna satisfied that desire. Whatever is that desire is satisfying. Right? So he is doing it. He is the Samadarshana and he is doing it. To the extent that whatever he is asking for, that's what Prabhupada said. He is asking for love, he is giving love. He is asking for hatred, he is giving that opportunity to express your hatred. But my side, I am loving everybody. Right? So it's like a rock, rain pouring on water on the rock, rain pouring water on a nice fertile land. The rock, it cannot hold. It's not the rain's problem. Right? Eventually it will happen. So the Pandita Samadarshana actually means you start seeing on the soul platform. Krishna is seeing everybody on the Atma platform, and that is why he is not bothered about the bodily things. You understand? Bodily wise we will be different, but soul wise everybody is the same. So that way is Samadarshana. Got it, Prabhu? So as far as we are concerned, as we to the extent we are out of the three modes, we go to we are seeing everybody as suffering souls, where Atma embodied in this different bodies, then you try to do something for them. And one more thing we have to understand is we are not Krishna. Krishna can be Samadarshana to everybody. In the sense, he can go and actually do it. I may be feeling something for someone suffering in some faraway place, but I cannot physically go and help him. But that feeling is itself will help Krishna. Right? So to that extent we can be Saddarshan. That's why we cannot be Samakarta. We can be only Samadarshana maximum. Right? Helps, Prabhu? Yes, Prabhu. A few more hands. I think, yeah.
Hare Krishna.
I think someone is,
Kalachakra.
you are having question, Prabhu? Someone was having question that side also. Yes, Mataji was there, yes. We'll come to there. No, you finish and we'll go there.
Whatever you said, Vijay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask about the same direction which he beautifully asked actually. I've been hearing from 10-12 years this principle of, you should have some people who are your inner circle. And then
Inner circle.
Yeah, and then there are some people who are little lesser than that, and then there is some Haribol relation.
Haribol relation.
So like that I have been hearing from great souls, but however
that Haribol relation is an interesting connotation, no? When somebody goes, we say, no, Haribol.
Yeah, and as Prabhuji so nicely is asking that there is one word for that is chemistry mismatch,
Chemistry
which is
mismatch.
material body actually.
Yeah.
So do we think about that, what is inner circle, and they give examples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all. But Shastra doesn't speak, at least I have not studied that. So is it an appropriate principle to do like this?
Like this means what?
These circles and deal
See,
with them like that.
see,
Because
Chaitanya
that
Mahaprabhu
doesn't
also
seem
had.
to be what you said.
No, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also had that kind of inner circle. Then, he had, for others he will give publicly, he will give Harinam Sankirtan. But Ramananda Rai, Swarup Damodar Goswami and, those Sarma Bhattacharya, like that he had some very confidential people. See, these are, the reason he had that was because it cannot be understood by others and it may be misunderstood and misled. You understand? That's why, frankly speaking, after that, Prabhuji, how many Apasampradayas came? How many Sahajiya things came? Right? So we have to be very careful in not, you will not have a open free market for a diamond shop. Will you have it? When you have a jewelry shop or diamond shop, we will have open free for all, anybody come and take it, will you do it? No, right? So this has to be protected because only those who value the diamond, they can appreciate it. So to that extent, it has to be given according to the caliber of the people who is willing to serve even more, eagerness to serve. But in terms of giving thing to everybody, the Krishna's mercy, distributing equally, there is no partiality there. You give it to everybody because those days who are in the outer circle eventually will come to the inner circle. Those who were in the inner circle were also outer circle at one point. It is a gradual progression, isn't it? Someone in LKG will not put them directly in the 12th standard or PhD. They have to come gradually. Right? So there is no partiality here. There is no discrimination here. It's all on the, at the Atma level, there is no discrimination at all. Right? Because when you have a discussion, Prabhu, it has to lead to a progressive thing for both of us and for others also. When you see, like when Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Prabhu were talking so confidential things, they had to be very careful not revealing their thing to the other people who cannot appreciate it. Right? So it is, to that extent we should have a little bit protection. This Bhakti Lata Bij has to be protected. Even for others also it will become a problem. They will think that, hey, this is all just sahajiya, just hugging and crying, hugging each other and crying, this is pure devotion, what is this? They will start making mockery of our devotional service. So it has to be very carefully protected. That is the reason they do that. Other than that, it's all on the soul platform. We have to be, Samadarshana is very important. Thank you, Prabhuji. So being in the material modes, we will incorrectly apply it. That is our problem. So that is why cultivate this quality of seeing everybody on the Atma platform first, then you can talk about these things, other things, try to practice these things. Sorry. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, for reading Srimad Bhagavatam, I don't have any taste. Like for stories, I get interest. But when it comes to prayers and philosophy, I tend to skip. I tend to read it fast, or either skip it or something. It's like I feel it is repetition. I don't get interest. So what to do? Like how to develop taste for reading Srimad
How to develop
Bhagavatam?
taste for
And
reading
how to
Srimad
study Srimad Bhagavatam?
Asking one small question, it has a whole, we did a whole 10, 12 sessions of seminar on it. Don't worry, just keep doing. Eventually you will get there. You start off with a 100-meter race. It's a marathon. We have to go in a long run. Slowly we will get there. But the fact that you are recognizing it itself is the starting point. If you don't recognize that, I am not having the taste, you will never get an opportunity to fix that problem, right? So that's the first thing. Next thing you do is, there are always devotees around who, this is such a big community here, there are always devotees here who will enjoy it. I got the taste by associating with the devotees. Before that, I used to feel disturbed if the class goes beyond 30 minutes. I'm telling you honestly. When I was, when I was in the US, I used to sit and only 10, 15 of us will be sitting and the class will be like, Kirtan I will enjoy. 1.5 hours it goes also, will be all right. But after that, half an hour it crosses, I will look here and there, I will look at the watch, everything. But the people whom I were associating with, they will just take one line and they will keep referring left, right and center, and I was feeling, hey, this is something very interesting. And it caught on to me, and when, you won't believe it, when we were sitting with those senior Vaishnavas, Prabhupada's disciples and all, after Guru Puja, we will start reading Bhagavatam, and we will read only one line in the purport. 7:30 will start, minimum it will go till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And no morning prasadam, no afternoon prasadam. Only discussion we will have, so relishable discussion that we will not forget our prasadam, our sleep and everything. So we have to associate with such, what is that shloka in the second chapter? Your affinity for hearing increases when you associate with the saintly. Shushrusho Shraddha Danasya Vasudeva Kataruchihi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipraha Punya Tirtha Nishevanat. So that is very important. We have to associate with such devotees who have the taste for it. When my spiritual master will sit with us, I have always told this, that we never knew that there is a morning breakfast prasadam in the temple, right? So for us, everything is, when you have the relish for this, that means that we are in the soul platform. That means that we have crossed the guna atita, we have crossed the 3 modes, So don't worry about the situation, whatever it is. You will, when you get that, when you are hankering for that association, you will automatically get that kind of a personality to associate with, and then your life is finished. Your life is all set to Golok Vrindavan, straight, no in between stop. Direct to Golok Vrindavan.
Prabhuji, thank you so much. Just one more question. Question is like, Krishna says that he takes care of the material, not material.
No, before you ask that question, since you asked the first question now, one small tip I will give you. 284, take that shloka. Shinvataha Shraddhaya Nityam Granatascha Swacheshtitam. Swacheshtitam means with one's own endeavor, we have to attempt. Sit in a corner, just try yourself. If you are feeling bored with half an hour reading, then start off with 10-15 minutes and 20 minutes, like that, cross your limit, and then you will see it yourself. Granataha Swacheshtitam. With your own personal endeavor, we have to try. That is one thing. The next thing that I have to tell is, there are 3 steps in which you can develop the taste. One is Shrinvan, Supatan, Vicharanaparo. These 3 stages we should do in our study thing. Shrinvan means you hear. Here is not lecture alone. This is also we are hearing. When we are Prabhupada is speaking, he is speaking from the books. That is Shrinvan. Supatan. After hearing, you do the Supatan, means you keep rereading it, reread, study through, and try to understand the connection and all that. So third point is Vicharanapuro. How do I apply this in my life? How can I help another person apply in his life? They are also going through the difficulty. This is all the endeavors that we are doing. But tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna will give us the intelligence to apply these things in life. That's what he's saying. That we should be satata yukta and priti purvakam we should do. That second question you didn't ask. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my second question is like, in Krishna sometimes takes devotees material activities so that the devotee can engage more in spiritual activities like preaching and all.
Krishna engages in material activity?
Like Krishna balances, takes care of the material activities, and then Krishna takes care of, so that the other devotee can engage more in services and preaching and all. So I just wanted to ask then, for example, if in a case a boy is engaged in a is engaged in many services, and his office work is taken by other colleagues.
Other colleagues?
Yeah. So will
Krishna
the
is helping.
so will the boy get the karma of the other colleagues because the other colleagues are doing their work?
Why should he take the karma of colleagues? Colleagues will take the karma of colleagues will take the karma of doing that activity. He will take the karma of not doing that activity.
Yeah, not doing that. So he.
See, that shloka is there, no? Na karmanam anarambhan, naishkarmyam purushoshnate, nacha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhi gacchati. By not starting an activity, you don't get naishkarmya. Right? The next day the boss will come and tell him that you didn't take it, the others took it, so they will get bonus, you will get you will not get your salary, or you will not get any increment or anything.
But,
And second point I will tell you, you started off with the premise that where Krishna takes care of our material activity so that our spiritual activity we do. That is, premise itself is wrong. Because all the activities Krishna is only doing. He is only doing everything. We are not doing anything. To realize this is devotional service. Right? So it's not that, I am leaving my job and I am doing my preaching. Krishna is taking care of my job. That can happen when we are like, what do you call that term? Like Mirabai or our Goswamis, and that level, maybe we can think of. In the modes when we are in, we cannot expect Krishna to come and do the service. On the contrary, he will add more and more karma to us. Whatever. So never ever assume that Krishna will come and do our job when we do engage in preaching activity. That is why Krishna tells that if that is the case, Arjuna would have left there only. He tells him, Ma Manusmara Idyacha. He says, Na karmanam anarambhan, naishkarmyam purushoshnate. You will not get naishkarmya, you will not get rid of that activity by not doing that activity. You will get rid of that activity by doing that activity. Understand? So, Naja Sanyasana Deva Siddhim Samadhi Gacchati. That 5-6 slokas gives a complete understanding of what our duty, how we should do our duty. Right? So, especially as per our life, whatever in that age we have to do, that's why Krishna is telling, you do your activity. Whether it is a failure or success is not your problem. That I will take care. But doing your activity itself is your success. If not doing the activity is actually the failure. You got it, Mataji? So Krishna will never come and take care of your family and your work and children and all that just because I am taking care of preaching work. So please don't be in illusion. This is our biggest problem. This is our greatest illusion. That Krishna will have to come. And why are we actually asking Krishna to come and do it? Is he our servant or what? We keep on telling Dasa, I am servant, I am your servant, I am your servant. Krishna, unfortunately, he told, what did he say? Jiva era swarupa hoy, Krishna era nitya das, he told. But we have turned it upside down. Krishna era swarupa hoy, Jiva era nitya das. Krishna, we go and stand in front of him. Krishna, please take care of my bank balance. Krishna, please take care of my child, my family. Please take care of my job. Does he not have anything else to do other than taking care of our bank balance? And you are telling to Krishna to take care of the bank balance, and you are paying the bank manager. You are paying that insurance company. You tell them that commission I will not give you, I will give to Krishna because he is only taking care. He will kick you out. Right? So we have to be very practical in these things. Does that help, Mataji? Right? Maharaj used to scold us left, right and center for ignoring our prescribed duties and our niyat karma, What you are teaching to the world, by ignoring your niyat karma and going and telling, people will curse you. They will tell you that you are waste, you are fit for nothing. You don't have anything else, that is why you are coming and wasting. Because with asantushti, we will go and preach. With dissatisfaction, no preaching will be successful. When you work hard, irrespective of whether that activity is successful or not, you will have a peaceful sleep. That night you will have the best sleep when you work really hard. That is a secret. You go to 2731, 2731 I think. In that purport, Prabhupada will write about how the Vrajavasis will work very hard during the day, and the night they will have a sound sleep. That is why Krishna liked them very much, and he became one of them. They work really hard. And one other secret my Guru Maharaj used to say, that those who work hard in their prescribed duties, they will work hard in their spiritual life also. Those who become escapists in material life, they will become escapists in spiritual. They will look for shortcuts in the spiritual life. We have to work really hard. Even double harder in our spiritual life. It's not so easy to get Krishna's mercy. You say, help Mataji? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Sorry, one more has come.
Thank you for amazing class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I am beginner, so sorry if I question something wrong. So my question is that you took the entire class explaining that how Krishna is impartial, but at the end you said you will know Krishna completely when you understand that he is partial. So I am confused that...
No, he is so partial to me that even though I don't deserve it, still he is giving me. So that is partiality, no? What is he giving? He is giving us the pure devotional service. Imagine in this whole world, we are just sitting in this whole entire Pune. We are the chosen few to sit, or maybe in other temples also we have some, of course, there. But we are the very few chosen people to relish Bhagavatam and Prabhupada's words and darshan of Krishna. So many people are there around. Why they are not given the chance? Is it not partial to us? Did we come with so much eagerness to become a very pure devotee in our life? Right? When prasadam is not there, our whole thing will be revealed. The moment they say no prasadam after Bhagavatam class, they will say, I will hear online, Prabhu. Right? So he is really partial to us, Prabhu. We don't deserve it at all. When you realize that, only we will appreciate Krishna's mercy upon us. That is the essence of appreciating Krishna's causeless mercy. Does it help? Thank you, Prabhu. Sorry, you had something, Prabhu. Nice questions, huh? Actually, these questions are very, very nice to improve our devotional thing. And I will tell you one shloka, 1.3, I think it is 38. 1.3.38. Ateha Danya, 39, 1.3.39. You go home and read this verse. This is the best shloka because it says that simply by asking questions you can go back to Goloka Vrindavan. You don't need to have answers. If you want answers, you will say, Bhagwan watch only, go there and ask him. I mean, that's the shloka that inspires us to ask more questions. Simply by asking questions, you will have spiritual ecstasy. You will be completely in ecstasy. How great this scripture is, huh? Sorry, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, so this Samaham Sarva Bhutesu verse which says, so in that Krishna says that I am equal to all, and one who does devotional service to me, I am a friend to him, and he is a friend to me. But he is not saying that I am an enemy to the who is feeling inimical to me. So
because Krishna cannot feel any enmity.
Enmity, because he is telling that Surdam Sarva Bhutanam.
Yeah.
And in this regard, we say that actually Krishna is reciprocal to the friend. And those who want to become averse to him, he will make them forget more and more. And those who want to remember, he will make them remember more and more. But in those who are mixed devotees, there is a verse in Bhagavatam which says Satyam Visatti Arthitam. So,
Satyam?
Visatti Arthitam Arthito Nranam.
Satyam Dishati Arthitam Arthito Nranam.
So there he says that although he may not ask for the he is not aspiring for pure devotional service, but still I will give him the pure devotional service. So that he is showing that how he is so merciful. But in Bhagavad Gita, those who are enemy, he is telling that Asurim Tanam Dusata Kruran Samsareshu Naradama. So it is appearing that he is taking an extreme side on this, Krishna is taking an extreme side to these people who are having demoniac mentality. And here he is favoring those who are coming even with mixed desires. So how to understand this?
Yeah, because those who are enemies, they reject Krishna. So when they reject Krishna, that is, Krishna is Tanaham Dishata Kuran, means he is saying, I will just leave them. You go and do whatever you want in the material world. I cannot do anything. You are not under my shelter. You are not under my umbrella. If you are under the umbrella, then you will be protected from the rain and sun. But if you go out, he will not keep on carrying his umbrella next to you. That's what you want, that if that is your karma, go ahead. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, another place he is saying, what is that? I will not take ownership of your papas. Na kasyachit papam. He says, no. He says, I don't take ownership of your papa, because that is your own this thing. That's why he is giving the free will. With that free will, if you want to become an enemy, you become an enemy. But for mixed devotees, they are like neither here nor there. So for them, Krishna is giving this, using his Daya Shakti. He is just giving them the little bit of thing that, okay, if you want, you can come. Like Chaturvida Bhajante Mam. They come, somehow or other, they just come. By accidentally also they can come through Ajnata Sukriti. For them, he is giving that extra mercy that, okay, you please come to me. That is why I said we have to realize our partiality of Krishna to us. Right? He is giving that secret door open, back door open for us to come. And that is why Krishna is acting in two different ways, Prabhu. If you read this 7.125, that verse gives a beautiful understanding. 7.125, if you read, there is only one thing that is impossible for Krishna in this whole thing, in his thing. There is something impossible for Krishna also. And the whole of Bhagavatam reveals only one thing that is impossible for Krishna. What is that? He cannot feel our pain and pleasure. That verse says that. That verse says because he cannot come into the modes like us. He cannot be covered by the modes. That's one thing that Krishna cannot do. This is the tattva part. You understand? So because Krishna cannot be influenced by the modes, he cannot understand the pains and pleasures that we feel. So don't go and stand in front of Radha and Chandra crying in front of you, don't understand my pain. Yes, I don't understand your pain, he will say. Don't go and start crying and this thing, you are not relieving me. I don't understand what you are speaking. I am not in the modes. If you tell something that, I am not able to do my bhakti properly, I can feel it. But if you are saying, I am not able to become a millionaire, he says, what is a millionaire? I don't understand your millionaire business. So don't go and stand in front of him. It's a waste of time crying to him for your material things. That is the only thing impossible for Krishna, to appreciate our material pains and pleasures. But in the other place it said, same thing like what he said, another place in the 3rd canto it is said that when Hiranyaksha, when he is scolding, it pierces Krishna's heart. He feels the pain that he is criticizing, he is blaspheming me. How it is possible? Here one thing and there one thing. Here he says it is impossible for him to feel the pleasure, the praise and blasphemy that the other living entities do. But in the other place he is telling he is feeling the pain. How it is possible? Because that is, so can you go and cry in front of him? Yes, you can. The thing is, you can cry only for your, I want to advance in progress in bhakti, please give me more seva. Like that if you go and cry, that you will realize. But for other things also, how then Krishna feels our pain? Through his Antaranga Shakti, through Radharani. That is why we get connected to Krishna through the spiritual masters. Spiritual masters will feel our pain. Krishna will not feel our pain. And they go and put the petition to Krishna that please save this soul. He says only if you become wealthy, he will come and do devotional service. Give some little wealth to him, for him, whatever. Throw something on him. Then Krishna, okay, because you are telling, I will do it for him. You understand? So that is why this Karunya Shakti, the Daya Shakti and Tattva Shakti, there is two different things. Like how in Damodar pastime also you have different Shaktis taking control of Krishna and he is acting according to how they are driving him, right? They are serving him. The same way Krishna will be serving this way. So that secret door is open because of Daya Shakti. Understood? And the other thing about Naradama and all those things is because of Tattva Shakti. As per Tattva, whatever has to happen as per the norms, it will happen. Got it, Prabhu? So this is very important to understand the 7.125. He's so cruel, I don't understand what you're saying. Many times in our south will say, people go and blame Krishna. You don't have ears, you don't have eyes, you don't have tongue, nothing. All these things they will say. Really, he doesn't have all these things for our material things. Don't waste his time. Don't waste your time also. Whatever he hears, only you speak. Bhagavatam you speak, he will hear. HareKrishna mantra you speak, it will go into his ears. Jai. We'll stop here. Or any other question is there? He still has one question. They are, somebody might have told them, like Balaji, go to Balaji, he will give some Lakshmi. So by mistake they go, you know. But Krishna says, okay, by mistake also you come. I am happy to welcome you. Right? So how humble and how hospitable he is, you know, how nicely he is receiving us, right? They all go, accidentally we go, okay, let's go, we are going to all these different people, we go to him also. But Krishna notices that, okay, at least you committed to come here. Right? We are not in this category, so don't worry. We have come to pure devotional service. We are in the VIP darshan. You have something, Prabhu?
I don't know, shall I ask or not? We'll get 10
Yeah,
out
the
of
question itself was gone into another Bhagavatam class.
You'll get 10 out of 10, Prabhuji. Just thank you so much. It was so inspiring. Seeing your depthness and wideness and understanding the scriptures in your Bhagavatam. This was very elaborate explanation about the impartial nature of the Lord and how it helps others also in practice. My question is, Prabhuji, how to use this impartiality in our day-to-day devotional service and also mostly in the management. Because in management, even though we take
You have to take decisions.
We have to take some decisions. We may also want to benefit that person by being sometimes strong or sometimes little light. But others may not appreciate you that you are impartial.
Yeah,
They always you know, Prabhu ji के साथ काम करता है इसलिए प्रभु जी उसका side लिया. So you know how in a daily life, also in a management services, how we can be.
Very nice question, Prabhu. To my limited knowledge, I will share with you whatever little I know. One good thing we can always do is having a one-to-one amicable relationship with living entities. According to your management, you may give some important role to one person because he may be skilled to do it. Another person may feel left out. But you connect with that person one-on-one and explain the reason why you have taken the decision. Then definitely they will feel touched by that gesture. That is one simple way. Communication is the major thing, Prabhu. Many times we fail because of our communication. We say we don't have time. We waste all our time in talking some bakwas. But we don't talk to people who really need our time. You know, if we simply have that 1 or 2 minutes, it's all needs is 1 minute, 2 minutes talk with them, and they will feel connected with us. Yes, he's really talking. Take example of His Grace Radhesham Prabhu or His Grace Gaurang Prabhu or anyone who is so busy. In that busy schedule, they will come, stop for a moment and talk to you. At least say, Hare Krishna, how are you? We will see you. Something they will do. And you see, every time I send a mail to them, within the next 1 or 2 hours, I get a message response. They are busy with so many things. I was in GV 2 months ago. I was seeing our Gaurang Prabhu. You know how he is. Like we can be in one city in one time. He is in one country in one day. He is coming around and so many things he is doing. In the middle of all the meetings, he also acknowledges everybody. I felt very much touched, and when I send a message also, within that day the response will come. I sometimes take time to respond, even though I am not as busy as he is. But I always get from Radhesham Prabhu and I'll get that thing that is why they are successful leaders. Right? You are able to connect with them, you feel that hey, he has the time for us. So the most important thing is have time for people. Somehow or other, give some time for people, whatever possible. That is the important thing. And the second thing is, even when we are doing management, we always keep faith in Krishna. And one more, and the thing that we won't be able to satisfy all the living entities by ourselves. That thought can come to us, that by my skill I will be able to my talent of speaking I can convince somebody. That pride also can come. So we should always depend on Krishna. Say, Krishna, my limitation, I cannot talk to everybody at the same time. Please, you help this soul, this living entity. And subtle, the last point is that when we pray for every living entity, Krishna will make sure that the relationships are mended properly. When we pray for every living entity without any discrimination, then Krishna will ensure that the relationship is smooth. Krishna will make our behavior pattern also will be taken care by Krishna. So these are some of the things which I can tell, Prabhu. Time management, very important. You know, when we have meetings, we can't drag on forever. Half an hour means half an hour because another person will be waiting. Right? So, and morning sadhana is very, very important. If we give time to Krishna, Krishna will give time to us. Morning time, or up to Bhagavatam, whatever we, Mangalarti, chanting Bhagavatam, if we give time to Krishna, then the rest of the day is free for dealing with all other living entities. So these are some of the things which are basic things I can tell, some of the things which can help. And I am also trying to cultivate that. Thank you, Prabhu. I think it's 10, we should stop here. Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavanta ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhavacha Patitanam.
हरे कृष्णा। प्रभु जी के बुक्स बाहर के टेबल पे अरेंज किए हैं और कुछ बच्चों के लिए कृष्ण कॉन्शियस गेम्स भी वहाँ रखे हुए हैं। डिवोटी जिनको इच्छा है आप जरूर देख सकते हैं और ले सकते हैं। हरे कृष्णा।